H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Harron alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is Wednesday, better known as Women Rock Wednesday. Like I said, women rock every week. But guess what? They really rock on Wednesday. So we got to set out a day for the women. And ladies, text, tag, tell a friend. I got a unique message for the women. Got a unique message. I always try to have some special for the women, but this is a unique message, and can't wait to share it with you today for Women Rock Wednesday. It's unique. It's for really all of us, but it's always for the women. Let me look at my starting five right now. Let me see my women. It's gonna be all women, fellas. So I'm gonna skip over you. Let me look on all of my devices. I see. Let me see who we got. I got Brandon Nickerson in there. I got Brandy. Dale Griggs is in the building. Belinda Jonican is in the building. Michelle Tate Brooks is in the building. I'm finna holler at all of my girls. Who else I got up there? Gina Lofton is in the building. Oh, hey, the ladies in the, hey, fellas. I don't care about, fellas, y'all all right with me, but I got my girls in here today. Who else we got? That's enough. I'm finna crank this thing up. Share the show. I got a unique topic. And I'm gonna wait. I'll give it a few more minutes because I want more ladies to be. So you won't have to send it out. You might need to cut it out. But it's a message just for you. But me and I want us to take a look at it too. But what else I got? I was seeing something. Ladies, it's just I watch and I'm always looking for stuff. On the Chop Shop every day. I have to have this unique balance that I have to balance out, whether I talk about what's trending or whether I just talk about what's what we need to hear. And I try to balance it out, but most of it that I talk about is what we need to hear. I'm seeing stuff that just popped in my feed a few minutes ago that's just telling me, we're getting all these players, these NFL players are getting some more about to get suspended for the whole year for gambling. And I don't think they had, and the NFL is partnering with the gamblers. So you get money from we at some point we got to talk about that because it's bothered me and I didn't want to bring that up. What's up? I didn't want to bring it up in the beginning, but just think about this. Let me put it where the ghosty can get it. Gambling was kept out for a long time. For sports, it was forbidden. If you gamble, you get caught gamble. Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame because they say gambling and bet on his baseball team. So a lot of these players, NFL, it's an NFL player. I think lost $8 million. An NFL player, not an NBA, lost $8 million on the gambling app last year. So the NFL and the NBA, they're partnering with the online gamblers. They tell you can't bet on your team, you can't bet in your facility, and you can't bet on football, but you can bet on other sports. But they still suspending these guys because the guys, I guess, taking it to the limit. Because when gambling is a problem, when you're calling it gambling, you can tell me not to gamble on this, but if I'm a gambler and I keep on gambling, I'm gonna gamble on everything. So it just bothered me today, y'all, and y'all just help me. Yeah. And the NFL is getting, yes, Brandy, NFL player lost $8 million. Now, Brandy, let me help you out now. That's $8 million he lost. But he had to make about 14 of them millions to lose the 8. Brandon, because he in the 39% tax bracket, he had to make almost 13, 14 to be able to lose the 8. So he really lost $14 million of his earnings to a football player. Brandon, football player. It's crazy. But Rick Godfrey, how you doing? Hey, but let me, let me just go. And I want to bring up Women Rock Wednesday, so I always got to bring up stuff that makes me say, "Oh, I just love it." Not all heroes wear capes. But Brandon, I'm gonna talk about it in the future because I'm fact finding right now, Brandon. But the NFL is. Let me throw this back in here. What the Brandon statement? Take. The NFL and the NFL owners, the one who's partnering with the gamblers. So I pay these dudes all this money and get them hooked on gambling. I get some of the money back. I hope y'all listen to me now. I really hope y'all listening to me, Brandy. Brandy, the NFL and the NFL owners, they are in partnership with the gambling things, right? So they know these players got a lot of money and they're going to gamble. So guess what? The owners getting the money back that they paying the player. You're going to get your head beat in to give it back. Instead of using that $8 million to do something that can help you and your family and your community, you gamble it. I know y'all ain't looked at it. I have to look at it. It's my business to look at it. But we're going to talk about this over the time because it's going to be a process that we got to make, because guess what? Our kids are coming up and going to the NBA and the NFL. And they might get caught up in this same situation. I don't mind giving Deshaun Watson his money. He gonna give it back. I don't mind giving Lamar Jackson it. Let him get that on that gambling. He gonna give it back. I'm telling y'all, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But back to what I was saying. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them are barbers. Kudos to this king and his expertise, patience, and overall Black excellence. I'm about to show you a little guy. The little guy is autistic, and he knew exactly what to do to the kid. Blessings to them. I saw this mamas. I saw this women, and I know it's. I remember my son's first haircut. And share the show, y'all. This is important. It's important. Let me see. Check this out. Watch this. Not hero. All heroes wear capes. Watch this hero right here.
Yes, one more time. Ready? Look, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Good. You're doing it. You're doing it. Ready? One more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Good. Yeah. This one. And this one. And this one. Yeah, good job. You're doing good. Good. Ready? 1. Sit down, please. Sit. Papa. Sit down. Here. Papa. Take your time. Here. Sit down. Sit. Yeah. Good. Okay, we'll do a little bit. Ready? Nice. Good. Good. Okay, sit.
Papa, there we go.
Instructions. I don't want to confuse him. I don't want to. You're father authority, I'm barber authority. If he's listening to you, he ain't listening to me. Because you're first, right? If he listens to you, he listens to me. You're good. You're good.
Down, Pop.
See, you got it. I know it's tough because these are your kids, but I got to stay within my structure, right? I can't deal with you and him. Otherwise, it ain't going to work.
Once you got that candy.
That's why you're here, though, right? Because this is my system. So, ready? See? 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't give him no candy. Give it to him after he's done. We're rewarding him for standing up. Reward him for sitting down. Right? Nah.
You do, Justice.
He did great. High five. Come on, that's it.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, high five. I'm super proud of you. Good job. You did it.
He's looking at himself
Now
in the
you
mirror
owe it
like...
to yourself. You like it? Whoa. All right, let's go.
A message to the AAU parents. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to leave that one right there for just a second on Women Rock Wednesday. We just talked about it yesterday. Go back and get the tape from yesterday. Go back and watch the show from yesterday. I told y'all should have shared this show. Yo, this is about good, be good. Did y'all hear what that man said? summer basketball plans. I told you, always say the best for Women Rock Wednesday. Share the show. I know somebody need to hear this. Y'all need to text the last 5 people that talked to y'all. The last 5 people that called you, asking you for something. You need to text them right now and say, hey, Chop Shop on. Get to it right now. Mamas and daddies, let these coaches coach. I know you. Well, that's my son, Robert. I spend so much money going trying to be around him and following him all over the country. But you're confusing the baby. I hear y'all. I know. I hear y'all. Y'all can be talking to me, and I know you're giving that coach hell because of the way y'all talking to me. Everybody think they little baby is so perfect. No, he ain't. He got work to do. He told that daddy don't reward him for sitting down. Then he ain't got nothing. Don't reward him, y'all. And I know it's getting a little quiet. I know some of y'all might turn off the show right now. I know it. But this what need to be shared. He can't tell me what to do with my son. I ain't telling you what to do with your son. I'm telling you, if the coach is telling him one thing and you telling him, you're gonna confuse him. You're gonna confuse him. These kids are, I just don't know. I just don't know what's wrong with them. They think they know it all. I was in a conversation with a kid the other day. He telling me, homeboy, you ain't been living on this earth for 15 to 16 years. And you know it all. Sometimes, and I keep saying this, I keep looking at it. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Maybe, have you ever thought about God and all his infinite wisdom? You know, if you don't believe in God, just whoever you believe in. He gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. El Ray, 2 ears and 1 mouth. Eric Boone, Robert Young, 2 ears and 1 mouth. Maybe they want you to listen more and talk less. That could be symbolic of, hey, I want you to talk less and listen more. It's unbelievable, man. I saw that video. I didn't even think about this. This just came to me. I was just thinking about, I was just letting y'all know that all heroes don't wear capes. Thinking about, you know, some of them are barbers. That man, do you know? I remember my son's first haircut. He was quiet. He didn't say nothing. He had all this hair. That man had a way out there. You know, people think it was a girl. I had to get that stuff off his head. But I thank that barber for his expertise, his patience, and his overall Black excellence. And that's what I want to share. This little guy, the little kid was autistic. And he knew exactly, the barber knew exactly what to do. If you go take your kid and let this coach coach your team, you're saying that coach know exactly what to do. Share the show, everybody. El Ray, thumbs up if you on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button. I think this is a great lesson. I watched this. I watched this show on Apple TV called The Swagger. Right? Anybody y'all watch The Swagger? It's supposed to be not a parody, but a depiction on Kevin Durant's life. I think he is producing it, and I think it's he's from the DMV, and it's the setting of the show is in the DMV about a young basketball prodigy like he was, and it's unique. I saw some. I've been watching it, but I saw this, and I wanted y'all to take a look at the things that goes on behind the scenes in filming a movie and how talented some of these people. Gary Carter, I hope you're still watching this right now. How talented some of these people. See, y'all don't understand. Ladies like Ava DuVernay, she just started her career not too long ago, and she one of the best. She was a grown woman that went and learned how to do this, what she do. I'm watching all of our young guys. Everybody is around trying to film and video all of these high school basketball games. I want you young guys to say, look, maybe y'all behind these cameras, y'all learn more about this thing because it's some bigger things. I got a project that I'm going to work on soon. And I want to get the best people to work on this project that know how to film a camera. You got to know what to do, though. I can't be telling you what to do. You got to be, I'm going to be the director and probably the producer, but I need your expertise. So give me 1 second because I want to play because I want to share with y'all. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had to get that out. Wow. One of our new partners that I want to share with y'all on the show right quick. I'm going to share it again a little later, but I want to share it right now. Watch this.
So we decided there, the sheriffs come here, we get their full support. They just had a function here a couple weeks ago, and we get everybody's support, and we're just going to continue to grow with the community. We have baby grand piano, we have jazz trios, we have DJs, and we have some theme nights. We have Greek night every first Friday. We have something that we're creating right now called Smoking Word. It's a full service over here. We have a mixologist behind the bar mixing up. We're famous for our smoky old fashions. We use different types of wood, the different leaves and the different tobaccos. There's different smoke that you can smoke your old fashioned with to alter the flavor of your drink to match and pair with the cigar.
Cleopatras Cigar and Cognac Lounge, a great partnership with them. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of that later. I had a little sinus attack right while we were on the show, and he said, Robert Young said, I always share the show to my family and group. Monique texted me and said she loved the show. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert, for sharing the show. Ain't no good until you share it, But let me get back about Swagger. I want to share with y'all about something happening with Swagger. I'm watching that show. Great show. If you haven't never watched it, it got a whole lot of life lessons in it. It takes you through the AAU summer circuits, the prodigies of top players, the jealousies of the parents, and when you got a top player and all that, your other parents jealous. It takes you through this gamut. But the show didn't get me as much. Watch what this cameraman does. I just want y'all to see this. I've never seen this. I've been on a lot of movie sets, but I've never seen a cameraman do this. Watch this. That's the action he caught. I'm going to give it to you again. That's amazing. I never seen it. I seen one go down on a boom unattended. There's a boom just ride up there. A camera is tied to it, but never a person doing that. Y'all watch this. It's unbelievable. Do y'all realize how much skill that took to do that? He had to skate up an incline and stop without taking his view. I mean, it was unbelievable. Did y'all see that? I know y'all do so many amazing things. So it might not, but I just said, oh my goodness, I could not believe that. But I had to share that with you, and just in case, some of y'all seen that. Somebody, she said she would have failed and the camera would have fallen. Hey, it's unbelievable. I had to share that to you. But some of y'all, like I said, y'all. But I found somebody sent this to me. Y'all check this out. They said it's hilarious. hearing grown men. This was after the draft. He said, Robert, it's hilarious hearing grown men try to take credit for a high school athlete's success. Our offers, our skills, our player that's going to college, I just got drafted, or whatever. Remember, in that movie, Coach Carter, when he was imitating how the guys were acting, I did that. I did that. That's all I hear from these grown men trying to take all the credit. Y'all need to stop that. What y'all think? I'm going to throw it up there. What y'all think about it? I know y'all been seeing it. It happens right here in Houston. And I know it's happening in Dallas. I heard a whole lot of, yeah, I remember oh, D. White said, I was thinking the same thing to myself. D. White. Eric Harrison. Y'all talk to me, Eric. I'm going to read it again. Let me read it again. Is y'all scared to talk about it? Let's talk about it. He just said, it's hilarious hearing grown men try to take credit for the high. I told a guy one time, he probably on this feed. I told him one time, you ain't put nobody in college, man. This kid had to be good enough for him to go to the college. You go put a blind old man in college who can't see it right. Then you can put it. Then you can tell me, you put him in college. Hey, yo, I done put this many guys in college. I done put this many. He done put this many guys. You ain't put nothing through nothing. You ain't done nothing. You had a basketball team. The kid played on the team. I ain't never came on here and said how many kids I done put through college. Because I didn't. Because if them kids didn't have what they had, I probably wouldn't have been on my damn team. And yes, I'm getting sick of it. Man, I done put. And now one of y'all ass was sitting up there in the green rooms with these boys. But like I said, it was hilarious hearing grown men trying to take credit for high school athletes' success and offers of skills, or a player that's going to college or just got drafted or whatever. You remember in the movie Coach Carter when he was imitating how the guys were acting. I did that. That's all I hear. The guy was telling me, when I hear these grown men trying to take all the credit, y'all stop that. Shaking my head. What you think, man? But Eric, how in the hell you gonna establish a credential? See, what credentials you gonna establish, Eric? You help me. It takes a village to do all of this stuff. Ain't no one, I did that. No. I didn't, excuse me, Eric. I wasn't the reason John Jensen went to the NBA. I wasn't the reason D'Angelo Harrison went overseas. I ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to sit up here and try to establish those credentials. No, hell no. I had a team that I allowed for these guys to play on, and I sponsored the team, and those guys went and did the work. Them and their families. Ain't had nothing to do with me. I was just a tool they used. Ain't nowhere in the world. It is something wrong with established credentials to show that you can help. It is something wrong with it. Because it ain't just you. For one of these guys to get to that NBA, it ain't no one person. It's a group of people. Instead of saying I. That's what I'm talking about. Let somebody else, let the boy come and tell me Eric Harrison did it. Eric Harrison did. You shouldn't be out here talking about what you did. That's the point I'm trying to make. Let me keep going. Let me see. I see somebody. He said nothing wrong. I'm glad I put that on up there. I was standing the next one yesterday at the Lamar camp, raving about what he's done. See that? I know what I'm talking about. How do you don't put them in college, but you have the connect? But I ain't gonna go brag about it. I'm not saying, I'm talking about the I. Listen to the whole thing. Evidently, Eric Harrison didn't hear the whole thing. Remember in the movie, Coach Carter, when he was imitating how the guys were acting? I did this. I did that. That's all I hear. I'm talking about the I part. You come talking about established credentials. Dude, if you that good, somebody gonna say something about it. You ain't got to say it yourself. Trey Phillips said, I heard somebody mention that the other day. But you can believe what you want to believe, Eric. I'm just letting you know. The I part I'm talking about, Eric. I guess maybe you one of these guys. I don't know. Because you're defending it like hell. I'm talking about the I part. I heard someone mention the other day, most draft free have the club coaches in New York. Most of the draftees don't have them. Yeah, they don't. A lot of them guys ain't coming. All we are, you ain't putting nobody in school. If you that damn great, go put a guy who can't play. Put him in school. If you want to put somebody in, that means you done put somebody in school. You go put a dude can't make a layup. Go put him in school. Then you done something. He said, we're part of a journey, a vision. The parents do the real work. Them parents do the real work. Because I promise you, y'all got to understand, man. When you do this stuff for this community, I ain't nowhere I came back and said, I put these guys. No. And I sponsored the whole team. Didn't nobody have to pay for nothing. Eric Harrison. Nothing. And Robert Hatter ain't never asked him for nothing. No, you good. I'm talking about the I. It takes a village, a lot of hard work. I never forget, y'all. I listened to this. Hold on, I hope I can go back to it. I wish I can find it. I know it's way down in the bottom of my podcast, but I'm going to try to go down there. I never forget when I first heard about, when I first heard about Scoot Henderson. I'm going to tell you, it was way back on a podcast. The guys were talking to him. It's back in a house. Where's the other ones? Oh, okay. I want to go back. And I never forget, man. It was some more players we were talking about around the country. I ain't never heard of no damn Scoot Henderson. And these guys, maybe I need to put my glasses on because I'm trying to find it quick. Hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah. Going down. I mean, he was just talking about Scoot Henderson. I'm just trying to find a date. I think I'm getting close. I think, boy, it was this long ago. The dude was on here talking about Scoot Henderson. It's past you, yeah. It's I didn't realize they had this many. But they were oh, here it is. 11/11/2020. They was talking about a kid named Scoot Henderson. He joined the process, how he got to this level, how he's looking to improve, college thoughts and work ethic and more. See that? I mean, it was unbelievable. I heard about this kid, but from them, I ain't hear nobody else talking about him. In 2020, that was right after the pandemic, or during the pandemic. But I was listening to a lot of podcasts, and I'm going to go listen to it again. But I heard about this kid this 3 years ago. Y'all probably just heard about him when he went to Ignite. I heard about him before that. But it's so unique. He said, I heard it yesterday, and I know I will hear. Oh, see, Thaddeus Moody said he heard the I. My dad had taught me earlier, allow other people to give you accolades. Just keep your head down and keep working. Absolutely. Barry said, you're a blessing. I'm sure these young men appreciate your dedication. Yeah, I know. When I hear a guy saying that, I know he's a salesman. Lionel, come on, man. Michael Gus, shout out to all the women. Yeah, shout out to all the women. Women Rock Wednesday. I heard you. I got you. But all I'm trying to say, man, I saw that somebody sent it to me, Lionel, and I just wondered, have y'all, was it just me? And in the future, whatever we can do for these kids, just let's help them. Corey Henderson. You think Corey is going to go around and say, I did this and I did this. I let this dude in the gym. No, y'all, we blessed enough to be in a position that we can help somebody. Let's just do it. All right. Women, I still got a message for y'all. I ain't forgot about y'all. But I've been seeing so many great stories I just got to share with y'all. I got this one amazing story about Adam Pac-Man Jones. If you know anything about him, you Google him. He was the bad boy of the NFL. He got a lot of problems. Got the shooting incident happening around him. He got suspended a lot of times. He just couldn't get right. But it was amazing. He continues now. The death of one of his college teammate named Chris Henry. Chris Henry, I don't know if you remember, if you Google him, he died and he arguing and fussing with his girlfriend, had a volatile relationship with his girlfriend or wife or whatever, his wife. And she pulls off trying to get away from him. He jumps on the back of the truck and couldn't hold himself up and fell off the truck and sustained some head injuries that he died from. But he had two, I think 3 kids, maybe 2 sons, I think. He had 2 sons, and Adam Pac-Man Jones, he adopted them kids, y'all. You'll go read the story. It's on. It's in the Athletic. Great story. He continues to support the growing football career of generational talent Chris Henry Jr. And Chris Henry Jr.'s son is off the chain. And Pac-Man adopted Chris Jr. And his brother DeMarcus last year. He said, I actually think he's going to be better than his dad, Chris said of Chris Jr. He's a generational talent. Chris is already 6'6" tall in high school, and has offers from Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, USC, among others. He said, I don't know if I've ever seen a kid track the deep ball like him. He said he's more skilled than me and his dad were at their age. And I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to share with y'all. This man, y'all got to go read the story. Pac-Man Jones was just always fighting. I'm at the Super Bowl. We at this. It's crazy stuff happened at the Super Bowl. That's all I can tell you. And it's go read up on the story. But shout out to him, man. I'm gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back. But shout out to Pac-Man Jones, man. Turn his life around now. And he said, these 2 kids, they ain't gonna be like me. It's not gonna happen. They ain't gonna be like me. Chop Shop, I'll be right back real quick. We just want you to listen to one of our other partners, Solomon Bryan Wines. I want you to buy some of this wine. Especially if you ain't bought none of this wine, go and order this wine right now. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day, the Chop Shop. And I thank you, Thaddeus Moody. I'm glad you told me that, and I'm gonna pivot to it right now. I wanted to pivot to because I wanted to show y'all something that happened yesterday. I want to show y'all just how to watch what we doing when we're watching these. Hold on. This fake news on Twitter. Okay, I want you to take a look at this. I'm examine it for you. Let me see that I have any notes about it. No, I did, but it was yesterday. Everything was yesterday. I want to get the notes together, but I just want to. I want us to be aware. Okay. I saw this, and Roland Martin. The reason I'm doing this, Roland Martin retweeted it, and then he commented it afterwards. And Roland Martin is a trusted source in sport. I mean, in the news, in our news space. So this is nothing against Roland Martin. He just jumped the gun, and I added him and told him take another look at it. So if you take a look at it, it's got Adrian Wojnarowski, ESPN reporter. Breaking news: Portland Trail Blazers are finalizing a deal to trade away Damian Lillard in a blockbuster trade in Miami. Sources said Lillard demand to move to South Beach. Pat Riley. Okay, now, first of all, what I did instead of me running with that is something Michael Jordan I didn't see lack about because I follow Woj a lot. And let me pull up Woj. I wish I could have. I should have put it side by side for you, but I don't have time to do that right now. But I follow Woj, and Woj is it just don't look right. It just didn't look right. First of all, he is he got a blue check. Woj has. Then I went down, and this guy said he's been on there since 2009. Okay, this particular guy. I mean, he's been on there since 2021. I know Woj been on Twitter for a long time. And then I saw the followers. Well, Woj got 5.9 million followers. This guy didn't have that many. But we are in a hurry to put news out here and retweet this, because if you retweet it, that means you agree with it. And I just want us to watch. Woj did not tweet this. This is Woj's. I'm gonna say this is Woj. It's different. It's got under the bottom of Woj's name. It's got Woj ESPN. That got Woj ESPN reporter. So you have to watch. I'm just giving this here to y'all so y'all can watch this stuff when y'all, when you're getting your news. It's two different. It's two totally different people. And I just want that because one day a guy in the basketball community texted me and said, "Man, they finna give Ja what did he say? A year suspension." I said, "Oh, no, player. I don't know where you got your information. That's not gonna happen." Then I went and found out he got it from Butt Crack Sports. Y'all listen. When y'all see something said Butt Crack Sports, they just that's their follow. They want y'all to go do stuff like that. So watch yourself and just watch yourself out there when you're out there doing stuff like that. The reason I want to tell y'all, because y'all looking at it now, because I pointed out for you, Roland Martin got fooled by it. And you don't get too much by him. He got fooled by it. And I added him. He never did text me back and said, email me back and said, thanks for, Roland said, thanks. Something. But share the show. That's just one thing. I mean, I just want y'all to know that. And then I saw I saw this. I saw this, y'all, at the top 100 camp. Supposed to be the #1 player in the class of 2026. This guy named AJ Dybantsa. Dybantsa, something like that. Dybantsa. He went one-on-one with Rockets Jabari Smith in the camp. Watch this. It wasn't intense, but watch this. Y'all watch this. Something about me being a pro, they just don't make pros like they used to. I'm gonna just let y'all watch this.
There we go. What? There we go. What? You're just getting lucky. Now with a hand in his face. Thank you, bro. You falling?
Come on, man.
I'm gonna talk y'all through this. Watch the confidence. This 2026. Look at it.
Hey!
Y'all see this?
Hey! I know I didn't win. That's 2. Oh my God. I'm forever jacking this.
Hello, Miss
Who your
Marquesa.
favorite NBA player?
You?
I'm not an NBA. Katie?
He asked him, who is your favorite NBA player? Katie, I'm gonna give you
Talk
some
to
of
me.
that. 2026.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Cashing him out, man. That's a pro. The gym had taken up on him yesterday. When y'all watch
I gotta get like that.
I know
I feel like I do too many extra movements.
Listen to me.
That's what
I'm
I'm saying, I
either
gotta
not
get
gonna
better
start playing. I'm not gonna play.
Facts. Pump fake
I'm
shot.
gonna play Dion.
Yep.
I'm just sorry. This the new generation we playing with right now,
2-1.
man. Man, I'm done. I don't even want to watch it no more.
Come on, man.
I'm done.
Where you wanted at?
I'm done. I'm done.
You shouldn't be letting.
I'm done. I'm done. The man, the little boy, wait a minute. He going into the 10th grade. 2026, right? It said, wait a minute, who your favorite NBA player? KD? I'm gonna give you some KD. I just don't think y'all, I hope y'all, do y'all see what I'm seeing? Thank you, Sterling Crooks. Thank you, Sterling Crooks. You remember when Kobe told Kyrie Irving, man, take your little, sit down somewhere, man. I ain't gonna play you. Sit down somewhere, son. You just sit your little ass. Kobe said, look, I know I'm gonna have to hurt myself guarding this little wild ass dude. Dude, just don't go out there. Don't do that. Jabari, it ain't nobody comment on it too. This Chop Shop, I need to give me some more Chop Shop people. Y'all done got so soft. Little boy, thank you. And dunked on him. This what's wrong. I see what's wrong with this generation. I see. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. But to my ladies, I got a message for y'all. Look at that is booty. That is booty. Thank you, Aaron. Well, Aaron, thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Aaron, thank you. Aaron. Thank you for saying something, Mark. I ain't put you in there, Mark. You know Mark, come on, I know. Aaron said, I see what you're saying. You're going to have to tell. You can't do that. That kid going to remember that when he get to the league. Now I got some people talking to me. Now I got some people talking to me. I told y'all should have shared this show. Mamas, I got something for y'all. Women, I got something for y'all. Guys, stay there because it's for you too. But I got something for you women. I got something I want to put on your heart this week. And don't forget about this. A Pro-Am start tomorrow. There's no excuses Pro-Am. Thursday start at 6:30. Friday start at 6:30. Sunday start at 12 noon. Goes all day. I'm just craziest thing is Jabari will see this video forever. Yes. Yes. I'm just putting your comments up there. Mr. Gary. Hey. I'm just putting it up there. Y'all, this is real, man. Look. I just don't know. I just was brought up. I was raised a little bit different. Kobe would have laid his little ass. Absolutely. You can't do that. Just don't play him. Jabari, just if you're not going to play him right, don't play him at all. What's up, Alpha Yo? Alpha Yo, text me and tell me what's wrong with the young fella up there because he got hurt. People are questioning, and I want you to just text me. People are questioning whether he was hurt before he went up there to the top 100 or not. So hit me and let me know what's going on. You know, because I don't like nobody questioning my kids like that, and I just want to find out what's going on. Read through the lines, and you know what I'm talking about, Alpha Yo. But women, ladies. Shout out to Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. They team up with the Harris County to build houses for the unhoused. Oh my goodness, it's great. Harris County officials and Houston Beyonce natives, Kelly Rowland and Beyonce are collaborating to create 31 permanent housing units in Midtown. The initiative was announced on Tuesday by county leaders and will use $7.2 million of the American Rescue Plans funds to develop housing on the Bread of Life at the Bread of Life Gymnasium. Oh, right there with the gym on Crawford Street. Shout out to those ladies. They rock. Love you, Beyonce. Love you, Kelly. Thank you. But got something else for ladies today. We gonna come back to that, but I got to shout out to my ladies right now. Okay. I love them. And ladies, they got Cleopatras. We got a place for you to go out. You got a cigar bar if you like cigar. Thank you, Trey Phillips, for giving me the information about Cleopatras and Mimi's Soul Food Kitchen after brunch, after church on Sunday. It's a great place to go out and have brunch. Then if you want to extend the brunch, daddy, if you want to send the family on home, you can stay next door and you can smoke your cigar for the rest of the evening. This is unbelievable. But women, I got this for you right now. All right, this me. Y'all give me a second. Let me talk to my ladies right now. We have. They sent me this, and she was talking about we have to show up for ourselves, and we have to show up for our communities. That's all of us, men, women. And the best way to do that is make sure we are in tune. That's the things that I always do in this show. I'm trying to show up for myself, and I'm trying to show up for our community. That's why I tell people to bring a brick when they come. Just don't come here and listen. Come here to add to what we're doing. Just don't come here and look what he got to say today. We got so check this out. When we look at situations, y'all, we always have to think, how does it free us? And these are just framework questions I'm asking you now. It's just framework. But how does it free us? And how does it heal the village? When I think about the summer basketball community, I'm always trying to say, how does it free us? And how does it heal our village? Okay, so we shouldn't just be interested in getting freedom for ourselves. It just ain't enough for Beyonce and Jay-Z to be rich, a billionaire. We need more of them. We want to make sure that we are incorporating the ability of our village and thrive to do well in our village. It just ain't good for Trey Phillips to do good. It ain't just good for Sterling Crooks to get good. Everybody in our community got to be good, right? So I want y'all to really think about this phrase I'm going to give you. Because somebody sent it to me. They said, none of the flowers on the planet beg or apologize for taking up their fair share of sun. Okay? None of the trees on the planet, none of the animals on the planet apologize or beg for the opportunity to take up their fair share of air, of the sunlight or the breeze. None of them have to defend it. They don't have to apologize for it. They simply exist in the power that they are. And it's beautiful to see in nature. Unfortunately, we sometimes don't apply the tools of nature in our own personal life. Watch this. Ladies, people see your power before you do. And so a lot of times when you walk into a room, you don't know why you're getting all these looks and stares and all of that, right? And you have a tendency to want to shrink. And just because they're staring at you doesn't mean that they're hating on you. They could actually be in admiration of you, and you don't know, and they just don't know what to say. Have you ever walked in the room and everybody just looking? All the time for me. You serve no one by shrinking. Ladies, when you stand up and walk into a room big, you open the doors for other women to walk in the door big too. And that should be your goal. When you walk into the big room, you open up the room for other people as well. Guys, you can put this, you walk in, now I ain't saying you're going there with that old evil or crazy stuff. I ain't talking about that. Right? And she says something in there that talk about not that people might not be hating you, they might be admiring you, right? But even if they are hating on you, let's take it to the extreme. Maybe they are hating on you and they see you coming. Maybe they're not, okay? Maybe they are in complete admiration of you, of how powerful you are in this space. Listen, y'all, we have this power in our culture to read energy. I'm the guy that'll walk in a room and don't feel right. I told y'all this story a while back. Me and my daughter, we go to a restaurant. All of a sudden, I just say, hey, tip the waiter, and we walk out. And my daughter said, why? I said, just something about the energy in that place I didn't like. Something about it. And let me tell you something. Don't apologize, man. See, I want to go where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated. I just didn't feel right. I went a place the other day. I'll never come back. I didn't feel right. When I walk into a place and you offering a service and you don't smile and you don't have, I'm not buying nothing out of that damn place. That's why I don't understand these little kids going to these little old Chinese ass stores who are always trying to catch them stealing, always trying to watch them all over the place. That's why I don't go to none of these beauty supply houses that them people, how the hell did they get the beauty supply anyway? How the hell did they take over that community? See, I'm finna go a whole nother route. I remember the Bronner brothers, George E. Johnson, with the Johnson products. I remember those people having our health care products. I know we got Carol Daughter. She sold out for $100 million. You know, but when did these people take over our stuff about our hair? I guess that's something else. Yeah. That's something else. That's just something else, y'all. I was just thinking about this. But guess what? We have the power in our culture that we can read energy. But I don't want us to shrink. Let me tell you something. Ladies. I don't want you to shrink in your relationships. Don't shrink in your workplace. Don't you shrink with your children. Please don't shrink with your lover and your spouse. Though that may cause a little challenges. You got to get around it, but don't shrink. And the point is, let's stop minimizing. That's why I don't let none of these clowns minimize this show. Don't tell me about this show. I know what this show have done for people. I ain't letting nobody minimize it. But the point I'm trying to make is, don't you let some stuff, let's stop minimizing who you are. Boom, boom, room. Stop minimizing your own personal sense of vision. Stop minimizing the power and the capacity that we have, and stop apologizing, begging for forgiveness, for taking up for our share of the sun, like the trees and the plants and the flowers do. Can you imagine a tree just lipping over like this and just lipping over a flower wilting down because the other flowers didn't stand tall or the other trees didn't stand tall? That's not how nature works. Some of us, y'all, are accustomed to shrinking because of our concerns about racism, because of our concerns about oppression. Y'all, let me tell you something. Be who you are. Elevates the better parts of ourselves. Don't shrink, ladies. When you walk into a meeting, don't shrink. Fellas, don't shrink. Don't let these folks do you like that, man. Y'all, be who you are. If the trees, them trees outside, they standing tall. They ain't shrinking because another tree done failed. No, because another tree over there. No, be who you are. That's I had to share that with you ladies today. Because, some of y'all, we don't know what's going on in y'all life out there, man. I know somebody had a problem today. But I was just thinking about the other day. I said, how the hell did these people just take over an industry how the hell we got to go? We were the leaders in black hair care. How? Share the show. Hit thumbs up. Let me go back and see some of y'all. What's up, Chris Charles? You late. Ladies on here, I am interested. Please let me know. Okay. We are building a Chop Shop women group to give back to these kids and the making right now. It's more than watching. It's a movement. Oh my God. See what I'm talking. And these clowns gonna tell me I need to stop Women Rock Wednesday at their radio station. I ain't gonna call their name, but I ain't been back since. Because we got a woman. I didn't prompt this lady to do this. Mate Curry. And these women on the Chop Shop, they are building a Women Rock, the Chop Shop group to give back to these kids. And it's in the making right now. It's more than just watching. It's a movement. They're bringing their bricks. I love it. Michael Jordan said, I'll make him home. Michael Jordan, when you go out there to Cleopatras, let me tell you something. It's in Richmond, Texas. Look it up. Cleopatras. Look it up. Cleopatras Cigar and Cognac Lounge. And right next door to it now, it's the same owners, Mimi's Creole Cook kitchen. Check this out. They got this dish called Mardi Gras shrimp. And then she got peach cobbler from scratch. She got a different kind of crust. Oh my God. Miss Foreman over there. I mean, let me tell you something. The chefs are immaculate over there. And he had the restaurant first. And then the people at the restaurant said, can I go out and smoke a cigar outside? He said, yes, outside. Then he said, okay, I'm going to build a cigar bar. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I'm going to give you a little bit more in a minute about them. But thank you, Michael, for take pay and women. And Mate, that's a great place to go for your meeting. Great place to go for your meeting. Just throwing it out there. Great place to go for your meeting. Ray Moore said he loved this shirt. I know it, Ray. Ray, what size you wear? Y'all getting me? And look at Trey Phillips at Hatter, and they did it during COVID. I told y'all some millionaires gonna come out of COVID, didn't I? Sunday's off the chain, Michael Jordan. Cause after the brunch is over, I think the brunch is over at 3. You just go next door to the cigar bar. They start their whole Sunday fun day over there. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Plenty of parking, just unbelievable. I just have to share stuff. You know, since you're talking about it, watch this. Watch this, Mike. Mike, I'm finna give you something, Mike. Watch this. Let me go. Watch this, Mike.
To match and pair with the cigar.
People come in, they don't know what to smoke. It's my job to tell you what's to smoke. Now I'm gonna give you the best cigar, best thing for your palate. We have fancy cognacs, bourbons, and tequilas. So there's cigars that go with every drink.
His job of being an aficionado is equivalent to being a sommelier, a wine expert. And so a lot of people come over here and they order food from next door, which is we're a Cajun Creole restaurant, and he'll match up a stick with it. We're just providing a place for people to come and socialize in a rich environment. And we're in a growing area, and we think it's time for this area to have something like this.
And let me tell y'all something. I guarantee, you know, like I told Jimmy the other day, the service over there. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Hey y'all, I'm gonna tell you, that's why this shirt's so tight, messing around over there. But I just wanted to share that with you. But women, I hope you got something from that. And what my parents said again. I got something. Charles Oakley. You know, I had an interview with him the other day, okay? And I happened to listen to it. Charles Oakley, Michael Jordan's best friend. Sonia, unbelievable Sonia. He said something. Because, you know, some people went to I had some people up at the Lamar camp, Lamar University camp. And I keep saying his mamas and I keep saying his daddy. Maybe the kids need to listen to it because maybe you're not telling them. But your sons are beating that damn air out of the basketball. First thing the dude said, man, they was beating the basketball got a headache. They dribbling the dribble. And coaches, can y'all bench guys from dribbling too damn much? Because I'm blaming y'all. I'm blaming the mamas and daddies. I'm blaming you coaches. Coach, they ass only dribbling and coach, you let them dribble. They said it was Ball Beaters Anonymous should have been called at the Lamar camp this weekend. Y'all, teach them kids how to get by somebody in 3 moves. If you ain't got 3 dribbles and you can't get by them, get to somebody else. Mamas, and I'm trying to explain to her. I told her mama the other day, she didn't understand. I told her mama the other day, she said, she didn't understand. I said, on a basketball court, you got 4 teammates. So if your son just dribbling the hell out the ball all the time, what are the other 4 guys supposed to do? I'm looking for comments. What, Mark Edwards? I'm looking for comments. What are the other 5 guys supposed to do while your little Johnny out there? He got handles, Hatter. They said was Ball Beaters International. Three dribbles, man. Because you know what that tells me? And I wasn't even there. If you got to dribble that many times, you don't know what to do with it. The basketball, you use dribble as a tool to advance the ball. Not as a show-off mechanism, not as a I do him mechanism. But Charles Oakley was even talking about this in the 3-on-3. What y'all call it? What's the big 3? No, Sonya, it ain't funny, Sonya. I promise you, baby, it ain't funny. I promise. Sonya, I saw Sonya, when I went to U of H camp, I enjoyed being in the gym with the kids. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy the kids. I ain't getting all the way on you because I love being there. Y'all was pissing me off with all that dribbling. And I got about 2 or 3 of y'all in mind. And I found out y'all names. I ain't gonna call your names. But if I ever see you again, I'm gonna tell you, man, quit all that damn dribbling, man. That ain't good. But Charles Oakley talked about the big 3. He said, if you are a shooter, shoot the damn ball. Everyone want to show they can dribble the ball. This Charles Oakley saying this. He said it ain't about that. If you want to dribble the ball, go to the park by yourself and dribble the ball. Parents, if your son, you want to dribble all the ball, let him stay his ass at home and dribble in your driveway all he want to. I can't believe y'all is coach. See, that's why I ain't coaching no more. I wouldn't have no team. All the mamas would be mad at me. He gonna tell me my baby can't dribble. Hell no, not on this team. Charles Oakley said, don't be like Jaylen Brown in Boston. I can't stand the way Jaylen Brown play. He play like, I'm the only one out here. I'm not worried about these 4 guys out here. I got one of the best players on the planet on my team, and I'm finna take everybody 1-on-5. I can't stand the way he play basketball. And they finna get this dude $50 million playing that damn way. Y'all rewarding, like that dude said in the beginning, y'all rewarding these guys for the wrong thing. Jaylen Brown turned the ball over 7 to 8 times in crucial games. Dribbling. Then a player gonna tell Charles, this the era we're in. A player gonna tell Charles Oakley, man, you being too honest, man. You being honest too much. And that player probably got a son that's playing. And y'all see what I'm talking about. It's unbelievable. I know I didn't get too many. I didn't get too many. Nobody said nothing about that. I got something else for you. Something unique happened. It's incredible. It's incredible. In New York. Y'all remember the Central Park 5? And now they're the exonerated 5 members. One of those members, Yusef Salaam, has gone from wrongfully imprisonment to winning his city council primary last night. He will almost certainly win the general election. Historic night last night and an amazing story. Never forget Martin Luther King talking about the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. 34 years after that clown, Donald Trump, who some of y'all still voted for, led a lynch mob to execute Yusef and these 4 others, wrongfully accusing these young black and brown boys. Yusef Salim, to the exonerated 5, has declared victory in New York City Council race to represent Harlem. Y'all, think about it. There is a world in which Yusef is in office and Trump, who called for his execution, could be in prison. So cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Think about this. This man wanted to kill, had them get kids, killed. Took out a 4-page ad, y'all, for the rape and killing of a white woman. And he just went in. Could have killed them kids and would have killed this dream right here. Are y'all hearing me? How many of our kids, George Floyd, ain't no telling what he would have did. Eric Garner, ain't no telling what he would have did. Tamir Rice. Then I get back to this gambling in the NFL. Get back to this gambling. I got to find my old story first. NFL. How big is gambling in the NFL? How big is the issue of gambling in the NFL? One player in the league lost $8 million last year, like I told y'all in the beginning. Breaking news today, Adam Schefter report a handful of NFL players in school, including coach cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, are expected to receive a season-long suspension this week for allegedly gambling. I'm going to let that soak in just a second. I'm going to let that soak in just a second. It's just something just ain't sitting right with me. The NFL prohibits all non-players, so the executives can't bet, from betting on sports. So they won't let the executives, who are mostly white, bet. But players, for some reason, neither obvious nor apparent, are permitted to legally wager on non-NFL games and events. I know y'all didn't hear me because y'all can't hear something. I know y'all didn't hear what I just said. Let me go back to it. The NFL prohibits all non-players who are majority white from betting on sports. But the players, for some reason, either obvious nor apparent, are permitted to legally wager on non-NFL games and events. Here's another reason why they shouldn't be. The players shouldn't be allowed to. Per a league source with knowledge of the situation, one NFL player lost $8 million through gambling in 2022. 1 year. And again, the NFL fully controls, listen, again, the NFL fully controls the gambling policy with no input from the NFL Players Association. And the league inexplicably has decided to let players legally bet on sports, even though non-players cannot. Chris Sims' theory, as expressed during Tuesday's one show, is that the league lets players legally bet so that the sports book can make money from young guys with a lot of cash to burn. Did y'all hear what I just said? The fact that one player lost $8 million last year tends to bolster what is otherwise could be dismissed as the musings of a conspiracy theorist. How much money are players betting? Monte, Monte said, shake your head. Monte, that's just one player we learned about. If it's one, don't you know it's more? Young men, the reality is that the house always wins over the long haul. The house hopes that you become sufficiently emboldened by short-term success to believe that you've stumbled up onto a system or something that you're going to keep winning and keep winning and winning. Good questions. He says, so why are the players getting suspended? Maybe they betting. Maybe they were found betting on football. You're not supposed to bet from your app while you on the team's grounds or in team's facilities. There's a few other rules. I'm explaining it to you a little bit, but yes. Watch this now. I like that, Mike. I like that, Mike. That tell me you're listening, baby. I like that, Mike. Late players, you won't. You won't win all the time. You'll lose. They win. You always lose. This guy was a bookie. He said, I never bet because he shared with me at a young age this simple 3-word lesson. You can't win. You can't win. You go read it up. Read up for yourself. I'm talking right now. Read up for yourself. Go look up Calvin Ridley suspension. You got time to go Google. I don't have the time to go Google. Go Google that, Aaron. I'm doing a show. Can't do everything for you now. I'm just giving you breadcrumbs. Now, y'all need to go look for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. So again, why let players wager on sports during their NFL careers? The commissioner give it, and the commissioner can take it away. The problem is that if the rules were to change to prohibit all forms of betting, he'll be taking away plenty of money from the sports books partners that give plenty of money to the NFL. Go look it up, Aaron. You and Mike, go look it up. Go find out. Come back and tell us why Calvin Ridley bring a brick. Keep telling y'all, bring a brick sometime. My job is just give you a breadcrumb, man. So you can figure this thing out for yourself, Doc. I'm just sitting there thinking about this thing, man. It's cold. NFL getting paid from these same people. You the owner. You just gave. You hope Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray start gambling. Y'all have got an NFL team in Vegas. They're going to put an NBA team in Vegas. Shout out to Penny Hardaway. He got a commitment from Louisiana transfer big man, former 5-star Jordan Brown. Brown averaged 19 points and 8 rebounds last season. He was honored with the Lou Henson Award for the best mid-major college player. Yeah. Shout out to University of Memphis. Shout out to Penny. Starting 5 that Memphis hopes that have possible. Because DeAndre Williams might be able to play another year. And if they get this young man named Javon Quinley who played for Alabama, it'll be him, Caleb Mills, David Jones, Jordan Brown, and Andre Williams. It's a pretty good team. Pretty good team. Shout out to him. I want to share something with y'all too about the Houston Rockets. Yeah, I got time about the Houston Rockets. Yeah, I think I'll share it. Houston Rockets, right? The word, a lot of stuff been going on. JJ Taylor coming off the bench, yeah. And then little Mikey Williams, if he get past his legal problems, he'll be there. They got Ashton Hardaway, Penny's son. Memphis got a chance to be pretty good if we can get all those players. But I want to share with some. I was talking about the Houston Rockets and this kid Cam Whitmore and how he dropped in the he was supposed to be a top 5 pick, top 10 pick, and he dropped to 20th, and Houston got both of the players that they wanted because Houston was thinking about drafting Cam Whitmore instead of Amon Thomas, but they messed around and got both of them. Matter of fact, Houston was trying to come up a little bit so we can make sure they get Cam Whitmore. But let me share something. Let me walk y'all through some stuff, man. Maybe y'all wasn't aware of, but the word that came out that Cam Whitmore was that he was a ball hog. Okay, now And the reason that's so important on the Houston Rocket team, because Cam about 18, 19 years old. You got Jabari Smith on the team, and you got Eamon Thompson. They both they age 20. Jalen Green 21, Kevin Porter 23, right? Jalen Green like to put the ball up, and he like to pull it up too. Kevin Porter is a shoot first point guard and not the best decision maker. So getting another ball hog, that's what they call them. But you got all of these dominant ball dominant guys. Their offense last year, the reason I didn't like it looked like an AAU team. And now you add a couple of more guys that need the basketball too. I don't know. I mean, maybe Emmy said, well, I'm going to make it happen with it. I'm going to make it do what it do. Should you give me all this money? I got to try it. They're all young players, y'all, and they think that they know, but they don't know. They're all young players. They think they know that they don't know. I mean, Udoka has to come in there hard, very hard. You can start off hard, and you can soften up, but you can't start off soft and then try to get hard. Okay, coaches, I hope you got that. Let me help you out. You can start off hard and soften up, but you can't start out soft and then try to get hard. They're gonna see right through that. Emmy got to lay down the law from the start. He has got to bring accountability, respectability, and discipline to this team. And that's just how they got to play. They've got a lot of young, talented players. Mark Edwards got a lot of young, talented players. But the thing is tough. But the thing that's tough about talented young players, do y'all know the thing? Do anybody know? Mark Edwards, you know the problem with talented young players? So I'm going to give somebody a chance to help me out. Do anybody know the problem? That it's this tough thing. It's a tough thing about talented young players. What's the tough things about talented young players? I know y'all waiting on me, but I want to see what y'all got to say. Can anybody tell me? You can't tell them. That's a good one. I like that, Freight. Somebody else. I like that one, Freight. Anybody else other than Freight? I like that one. Y'all, come on. Anybody know anything about talented young players? They think they know. Hold on. I didn't mean to take yours off. Watch this. I didn't mean to do that. I want to keep all y'all on the screen. They know everything. I got something for you. Wait, ain't nobody got it yet. Come on, give me something. Where my women at? Ain't any women? Where my girls at? Where Mindy at? No, she gonna have something to say. Sonya, find Mindy. Somebody find Mindy. Talented young players. I ain't saying they lazy. Now, I wouldn't say they lazy because they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be there. These guys ain't lazy. Houston Rockets, these guys not lazy. They're not lazy. So let's get that out. They're not lazy. Chuck, good try though, Chuck. Chuck, when your team play again in the pro-am? In the pro-am. Who else? They know everything. Who else? Come on, ain't nobody else. Why ain't no woman said nothing? I'm not moving till a woman say something. Well, Robert, what's the question? What is the tough thing about talented young players? Mark Edwards getting close. What's up, Slim? Too many alphas. Mark Edwards getting close. But talented, more young players ain't making more than the coaches that much. The veterans making, but you're getting close, Mark. Mark, I like that. I like that one. I like that one, Mark. Okay. Here you go. Y'all ready for me to give it to you? Let me tell y'all something. Mark, you was close. Thing about talented young players like the Houston Rockets guy. John, too young and inexperienced. I like that. Entitlement. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie, I wasn't going to go no further until Rosie Htx. I went to other women at. Yo, come on now. I'm tired of hearing from these guys. Too young and inexperienced. Entitlement. Rose, I'm going to give it to you, Rose. But thank you, Rose. Rose said, see, Rose, at a certain point, they are all looking around at the salary cap, trying to figure out where they fit in for their next contract. Right. They want y'all to understand the biggest thing. I want y'all to understand that the biggest thing in a young, talented player's mind is the second contract. Because in the first one, they're slotted. First player make this much, second player make this much, third pick this much, fourth pick down. They're slotted in the first contract. You're going to make what you make when you get drafted. That's it. It's a lot of money. But it's the second contract you're playing for. Think about it. Most guys, when they get that second contract, that's when we start talking about them competing and winning championships. Y'all used to like James Harden until he got all that money. A lot of y'all used to like these guys until they got their second contract. They was just young balling, 6 man of the year balling when they got their second contract. Now y'all expect them to be competing and winning championships, which is rightfully so. Jordan Poole, great example. Absolutely great example. Then it's almost like we understand the first few years, they just learning how to play. They all that just trying to learn how to play the NBA way. Thank you, D. D, I got you, baby. I got you, B. It's Women Rock Wednesday, D. You know I got you, girl. Watch this, D. Got something else for you. Like I said, like most of these guys, we understand that the first 4 years, the first few years of the contract, first few years, they're just trying to learn how to play. Then you're trying to establish yourself. Then you're trying to establish what level of player you're going to be in the league. Because there's different layers of players in the league. You got the top 15, the first team, second team, third team, all pro. Then you got the rest of everybody else. You got the superstar like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and then everybody else. It's different tiers. They got to figure out them guys when it made a way. Y'all got to realize. I don't know if y'all knew. It was at one point that Golden State was going to trade Clay and Steph for Chris Paul. I forgot which team Chris Paul was playing with. That's when they would get. That's before they had won something. Now they weren't winning in there. Clay, Steph was hurt. Steph ankle was hurt. Clay was just wrecked. They wanted to trade both of them, and I think the Clippers or somebody turned the deal down. Whoever team Chris was playing with that year, they turned the deal down. Think about that, y'all. They were finna get rid of Steph in them ass. This was earlier now, not Steph now. This the little Steph, y'all, who get hurt every year, and his ankle kept hurting, and they had what's the boy name? Monte Ellis? Yeah. Yeah, they was gonna trade both of them for Chris Paul, which was been a good deal back then. But look at now. So they try to establish themselves for what kind of player they are going to be, D White, and then they hope that equates to them getting paid. But a young team like this, Emi Udoka has to lay down the law very early. It's going to be tough, y'all. This is the thing that Emi Udoka has in his favor. Okay, he is a first-year coach with a reputation, and they gave him the type of contract that would support him. Now, all the GM and the owner has to do is walk in the gym the first day. Walk in there and see you guys and say, look, guys, I want you to understand something. This is your coach. If you have a problem, you have to sit down and figure it out and work it out with him. And just walk out the door. Y'all hear me? That's how you get to these dudes right here. Because, you know, I heard Jalen Green is friends with Tim's son, and they cool, and, you know, and the son, they cool. They got to walk in there and say, look, don't come to me with nothing. Have a problem, talk to Emmy. Just drop the mic and walk out the room. And I'm going to tell you something about this young man, Cam Whitmore, that I don't think was illuminated enough in the draft. Okay? Because y'all, I know a lot of y'all wondering, I mean, do a lot of y'all know how good he is? And then I'll save this, but a lot of people might not know how good he is. If everybody know how good he is, then I don't even need to explain it. But I got an interesting thing I want to share with y'all. But I know something. This Wayne Rock wins. I'm going to give it to them. D, I'm finna make you the smartest woman in the nail shop. Cam Whitmore. Y'all listen to me now. He went to Chris Walker's school. Cal Neptune's school. Two friends of mine. Cam Whitmore was dynamic in the preseason for Villanova. I heard somebody who was at the practice, Villanova practice, in early morning workouts. They were watching him face the basket, post up, absorb the contact, and finish. And he left the guy left the practice saying, Robert, this is the best offensive freshman that Villanova has had since Tim Thomas, who played for Steve Lapis in the late 1990s. Now, El Ray know what I'm talking about. El Ray. Now watch this. D. Now about 2 weeks after that practice, D, he suffers an injury to his hand and missed 6 weeks. Okay? In case you don't know, when you are in a scenario and you are trying to get accustomed to college basketball, you're a freshman, and you're in the Big East, and you're trying to find out at that level that for the first time. If you miss 6 weeks of preseason, it's going to set you back. You got me? It's going to set you back. Now again, on top of that, Justin Moore, who was expected to be the player in Villanova's program that took the baton from Colin Gillespie, that's the dude who got hurt in the year before in the final. I think he was the steward of this program. He was the man who was recovering from an Achilles injury that he suffered in the NCAA tournament in 2022 in the Elite Eight against Houston. That's right. Against Houston. I just thought about it. He didn't play, and he really didn't get in the rhythm in the lineup until January. This supposed to be the dude on the team. Cam was just a freshman. So Cam Whitmore missed 6 weeks of the preseason and started the season and at the start of the season, and he didn't start playing until a month into the year, and didn't have Justin Moore, his wingman, until the middle of January, and that he was able to have the amount of reps he needed in practice and in games, and the veteran Stewart at the point of attack that he come to play with. This was also Kyle Neptune's, the head coach. This is his first season as Villanova a head coach, taking over for Jay Wright, who quit. All of these factors, to me, should have been highlighted when you consider the fact that this was somebody with major hurdles to deal with as a freshman for Villanova, and a Villanova team that had first time they had missed the NCAA tournament in 10 years. But you heard some things here. He was this, he was that, he was this. Thank you. Thank you, y'all, for overthinking that thing. No, that ain't had nothing to do with it. No, that ain't had nothing. Don't whip them. Yeah. He had a tough task. Thank you, Mark Elvis, of following a legend who quit because his ass couldn't have his way no more. Y'all notice him and Krzyzewski, they quit because the rabbit got the gun now. The players about to have power now. They didn't want to deal with that. They used to tell him over what they gonna do if you don't get the hell out of here. No. Alfio, you just be running your mouth. I done found out. You're a homer. You know, that's just that. We come to Texas, that's just like your wife. She can't do no wrong. But I got some interesting news. I never thought I'd be even reporting something like this. Playing through a hand injury. What are you talking about? Playing through a hand injury, you got to have your hands to play in basketball. Y'all see how big? Well, you got to have your legs. You got to have everything. But you play if you're hurt, not when you're injured. But Tennessee State, y'all, from the great state, Tennessee, Nashville. Used to be the great state when I didn't know, because that's where I'm from. But I'm not liking my state right now. My state act like it's Texas and it's Florida. Ain't that ironic? 3 states that I spent a lot of time in. I spent a lot of time in Miami, Orlando, because Penny was at Orlando. Born in Memphis. And then live in Houston. Spend time in these are 3 the craziest states in the world. But Tennessee State announced it's become the first HBCU to add a hockey program. Months after a college hockey executive expressed the desire that the sport would be adopted by HBCUs, one school is reportedly making it a reality. Tennessee State, come on Texas Southern, which has previously conducted a feasible study into adding the sport, is expected to announce it will introduce a hockey program. Currently, None of the 109 HBCUs across America offer organized hockey at any level. Tennessee State announced in 2021, after it conducted the feasible study to determine whether the school could start a Division I hockey program. TSU already has established a relationship with the Nashville Predators, the hockey team in Nashville, through $1 million in a month fundraising scholarship campaign for Tennessee State students. I like that. I like that. It's the greatest. It's the greatest university on the planet to you. So y'all don't think I'm talking to myself. He think it's the greatest. I know some people that think that it ain't the greatest university on the planet. Arteria Morris didn't think it was the greatest. How about that? Okay. Let me get back to this. $1 million in a month fundraising scholarship, a campaign for Tennessee State students. The idea of establishing a collegiate hockey program at TSU is a tremendous opportunity. As the nation's first HBCU to take on the endeavor, TSU President Glenda Glover said that this has allowed us to expand the sport, increase diversity, and introduce a new fan base. This is unbelievable. Now your son at TSU can play. I love Paul Miranda. That's my bad. Paul Miranda was in the background waiting on us to say something. Paul Miranda, did you hear the beginning of the show? But shout out to TSU for taking that initiative, and we're gonna get right on this. Paul Miranda, I like that. Nashville had the most popular hockey team in the country. Wow. Okay. So now Houston got to get a hockey team so TSU can join in. I'm really loving that because I never thought about playing hockey. But guess what? We got another avenue our kids can go through and play hockey. Now that roller rink at the Galleria, we can put it to use. Well, hold up. I was gonna give y'all that, but I'm gonna give Jimmy a few minutes. He just got off. I guess they just got clear. Let me bring him in. What's up, man? Just going on to it. Talk to me.
What's going on?
Man, we rocking and rolling over here, boy.
What you talking about? That's
Man, I don't want you. I don't want to burden you with it. We talked about some good stuff. What you got? What you got over there?
Just finishing in the middle of the second session of the morning over here, and so we good morning. Good lot of college coaches in the building. Good action, and waiting on all of the statistics to get completed, and then we'll be able to post them up for the coaches probably in about an hour waiting, and from Accelerated Metrics. They had a player that jumped teams, and then the coaches didn't know it, so that messed up the whole. They had to go and rechart that whole game.
So wait a minute, how he just jumped team? He did it intentionally?
Yeah, ain't no other way to do it. You know, some kids want to go play with their buddies or something, and those coaches don't really know who those kids are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the coaches on that particular team was my guy from the Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton. Mm-hmm. And so he don't know those kids by face. He don't know if a kid first game. You don't know if he's jumping teams or he on part of your team.
Ain't but 10 players on the damn team. How in the hell he ain't gonna know who the players are?
Understand something? This your first. No, it's 11 on the team. And 10, 11 or 10.
Jimmy, I'm not giving you that. I'm not gonna let you have that.
No, understand something. This is your first. You just saw those kids last night, right? So, and some teams didn't have everybody. Some kids flew in last night. So you don't really know your whole team unless you do a roll call. So that's going to be part of the protocol for staffing now moving forward. The scout team that's assigned to each team That's going to be our job to do roll call before every game to make sure ain't nobody sneaking on nobody else's team. And so that means they had to go and rechart that whole entire game. But on top of that, we had some good action out here in the morning. And, for us, of course, the first morning session was highlighted by the highly anticipated matchup between Cameron Boozer and Cooper Flag.
Yeah, it
And
already happened already.
yeah, that was this morning. I told you, when I did the schedule, I made sure that was fresh. That would be both kids' first game. That way, nobody can say they get hurt, can get accidentally injured the game before. Nobody can shut it down. I made that game the first game for both of them on their schedule. That way, now the college coaches, they will want to come on in early, get their packets or whatever, and keep on, and they'd be part of the create the ambiance. So we got that. And a lot of people had already made their minds up. That's why I keep telling people, when you say which kid is better than which kid, always start saying right now. And it will help things when you're dealing with these amateurs. Because on a given day, we understand there are two different positions. Yes, we know there are two different positions. But ain't Michael Jordan and LeBron two different positions? And people always comparing them at every turn, right? Two different positions. But they don't use that excuse when they comparing those two. But this is one of those comparisons where I like. Well, wasn't Magic and Larry Bird two different positions, Adam, back in your days?
Yeah.
Larry
That was
Bird,
your
Magic was.
days too. What the hell are you talking about? That's your old ass. That's about my days.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
know.
people don't never say that. But think about it in the comparison. Now, when this comparison to try to help one guy out, you say, "Well, man, they ain't the same position." Man, we understand that. But if it's crunch time, and they're both nearly the same height, or they're compatible in range,
Yeah.
one's supposed to guard each other, and one gonna show up on offense, one of them ain't. So in this situation, I guess Cooper Flag, his team got the win. It was a one possession game, pretty much the entire second half,
Okay.
one way or the other.
Okay.
Both teams traded lead. It was a very, very, very competitive game. However, Cooper Flag's team was down by 10 points in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They come back and they won the game 95-92.
Damn. These
I'm
were
telling you,
whole
good
game.
game.
How many minutes in these games?
Or 4 10-minute quarters.
Oh, okay. That's a college game
14,
back. Okay.
14, 48 minutes. We used to do that in yesteryears. That's
Mm-hmm.
too many minutes.
Okay.
That'll catch up to them too quick,
40
too
minutes.
fast down the line.
Uh-huh.
And so the stat line for Cooper Flag, he was 6 for 16 from the field,
Not good.
0 for 4 from 3-point land,
Not good.
2 for 2 from the free throw line,
Great.
10 rebounds,
Great.
14 points, 4 assists, 4 blocks,
Hey.
and two steals.
Not
So
bad.
that's a good. That's a solid stat line in 31 minutes.
Okay. That's not bad.
That's a good line. A good line.
Yeah. Now
Great
tell
line.
me what
And
this dude. This dude must tell me what Booze did.
it's understand. Booz's line was more efficient.
Uh-huh.
He was 9 for 12 from the floor,
Great.
2 for 3 from 3-point land,
Great.
2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Great.
He
All
had
right.
14 rebounds,
Great.
22 points,
Great.
2 assists, 1 block, 2 steals.
That was yeah. That win helped Flag, but yeah, Boozer, yeah. I had to give it to Boozer. Boozer some more. When you're efficient, Jimmy, it counts to me.
Yeah, yeah. Boozer. That was a moment in the fourth quarter where Boozer, it was kind of tight. Let's say a boxing match, and Boozer got like a 10-8 count in that fourth quarter. He just went. He went and made about 3 plays in a row, and one was a dunk when he went on the half court set from the left side and just finished that thing. That was like awesome. So
What who did that?
Boozer did in that
What
fourth quarter.
was Flag when he did that? Was he guarding
He
him?
was on the floor. He was on the floor.
But was he guarding him? Not that
On
position.
that particular
You don't know.
play,
Okay.
a flag wasn't guarding him on that particular play.
Okay.
But it was a play when he on the court, and it's like if you didn't guard him, that's your fault.
Wait a minute. Would you call this a draw?
I wouldn't call it a draw. If you
Yeah,
saw that game,
Mark Edwards talking about a draw. Hell no, I ain't called it. No.
Let me tell you why. It's 5 in, 5 out. So the win is the win. It ain't like you in control of
Oh, it
5
ain't.
in,
Oh, I
7
got
in,
you. I got you.
5
I
out.
got you. I got you.
So it's
I
not
got you.
like you had fingerprints on the entire
I got you.
game
Yeah.
and whether
So
you got the
okay.
W.
I got you.
So
Okay.
in this camp setting, you take the W and you run with it. Don't try to use that W like you would in a regular team
Okay.
setting.
I got you.
You know?
So
And then my thing is for Cooper Flag, and that's for anybody in this situation. Check this out. These kids, it just baffles me. That's why I always say it, Alan. I say it probably too much, and to the point where it might be time to do something about it. Whereas it needs to be a camp to prepare kids, or a clinic that prepare kids for they engage in these types of camps. For example, if 99% of your muscle memory training from perimeter shooting is done from 19.9 feet, then why do you think you would be able to come here in one day and all of a sudden you come here in one day and you can start hitting threes, right? From 22 feet. That's a big difference in muscle memory. So you see so many kids in this setting come here and start popping up threes when they don't practice 3-pointers from the NBA. This is an NBA 3-point line. You've been shooting from the college line. That's two
why
different
y'all
things. So
playing with an NBA point line with
because
these kids?
it's the NBPA Top 100 camp.
But that don't ain't no damn NBA players out there.
All of their rules that they playing are NBA, pretty much for the most part are NBA rules.
Well, they ain't got
shoot
the
free
same
throws.
time then. So if you can change
No,
that,
no,
you can
no,
change.
no. That was a safety measure they took and they modified the quarters. It has been 12 minutes for years, Adam. Kids start dropping like flies for health reasons or faking injuries, or so to speak, on the day of the last days. So that means, and then on the last day is a tournament. It's a shotgun tournament. So they just started to say, you know what, we'll make it 10 minutes a quarter, 40 minutes instead of 48. That's too much on those kids and too
Well, it's
many
not an
games.
NBA rule then. Okay. So
It's
it's
out,
not.
out,
It's a
out,
modified.
out.
If you're gonna modify that, you can modify anything. I'm just
It's
telling you.
it's it's a lot of the NBA rules that applies that on
Okay.
the fundamental setting. When they have modifications for safety and for time constraints. For example, their free throws time constraints. They shoot unless you under 2 minutes to go, you're shooting 1 for 2. That's for time limits to make sure they stay on time. Coaches ain't coming to see these dudes
So
shoot free throws.
them add to the point totals too.
That the man to the free throws, and that's
Yeah.
why, like yesterday, when I explained to Chris Walker and Alan Branch, when they put the stats out, the composite stats, don't even publish the free throw percentages because the percentages will
I'm
get people off.
skewed.
But your free throws made will be
Okay.
will
Yeah.
be similar. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? Your free throws made is free throws made, but
Okay.
your free throws
Attempt
percentage will be off.
percentage.
Will
Okay.
be
Okay.
so that's the thing on that. But if you get 5 fouls, they shooting free throws at 5th foul, and you got a shot clock. That's the same as you got an 8-second count. So these kids ain't. I've seen about 3 8-second violations this morning and last night. A lot of kids ain't used to that. The technical, about them touching that ball, they for real. Leave that ball alone. One game alone this morning, they had 3 technicals from kids keep touching the ball. That's like their habit. The ball
You
goes through
talking
the
about
net,
touch the ball as
touch
to
the
go through
ball.
the net?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tech. After you get one warning, tech, one
You
free
don't
throw,
supposed to
other
do that
team
in
gets the ball.
on basketball.
I know, but they do it so much they can't help themselves. In certain situations, they keep touching the ball, and I'm listening to the coach tell them, "Hey, don't touch that ball." They touching it. Little bitty things like that. Uh, uh, as far as the Texas kids, I got a chance to see them in the first session. I got the chance to see about maybe 4 or 5 of them through through the evening. I mean through the morning. And Robert Miller did not play. He went to the trainer this morning, and the trainer said we're gonna wait and see. The trainer deemed him, recommended him to not play. Um,
Good.
Now I talked to the dad, and the dad wants him to play if he's able to on tomorrow. So that's what, like, the first thing was, well, that's the case. You wait and you see how tomorrow feel. You go back to the trainer again, or you don't go to the trainer again, and you take that as it is. Like sometimes we go to the doctor, and doctor say, sit out, don't go back to work for 2 weeks, or don't do no, and then you might feel better in 1 week. What you gonna do? You gonna go back to the doctor, and you say, doc, look, I'm feeling good, doc. Let me release me. That's what he would have to do. So that would be totally on depending on how Robert Miller
And his
feels.
pain tolerance.
If
What was the injury? An ankle?
the calf.
Oh, calf. That's tricky.
Well, it was a brief.
That was tricky.
I didn't see it when it happened, but it happened the night 2 nights ago during open play,
Yeah.
and he was dribbling and somehow made a move and kind of tripped or going by a kid. And as you trip or falling, then the kid's leg, the kid's foot made contact with his calf, and that has been and he can't get any tension off that particular calf per Robert Miller. So that's the kind of what the description of the injury. It's not, because I was wondering. I had to go and ask about an hour ago, and I asked his father what was because I didn't want to ask the trainer because of the what they call HIPAA rules or whatnot. So I didn't want to ask the trainer. What I asked the dad, and that's what the deal is. It was not a pre-existing situation. That was, I was wondering whether if he came here, came to the camp as a result with that injury lingering or not. This particular thing happened as a freakish, and it happened while he was playing uh, with Nick Cody, kid from out of Dallas. Also, so he didn't play. Liam McNeely had 14 points earlier in his particular game, and I'm trying to think who did. They beat, in a win. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, which is a pretty nice stat line for camp. However, he did not shoot it well. 1 for 5 from the perimeter. Liam did not shoot it well last night in the scrimmages, but he got the win. He was productive in regard to uh, without the ball, got possessions. Well, as I mentioned, 6 rebounds, which was good, 5 assists, which is good, and for his team. And of course, he had 14 points. So as far as all of the players from Texas, that's where our bell curve starts at. 14 points from this first game, which is not great. Remember, I'm not looking for good. I'm not expecting good at this type of camp. It's great. I'm not looking for normal. So that's why it's like certain kids, everybody ain't cut out for this type of camp setting. You can't, and so that's why a lot of people don't even bother even thinking about pushing, because I know by watching them over and over and over, man, you ain't gonna be able to handle this type of stuff. If you can't be consistent against your peers, playing against a high major, then a low major, then a intramural player, then how the hell are you gonna be consistent against high majors, mid major, high major, high major, high major? I can't expect that from these kids. So that's the thing. Now I feel good by next year. I
Now,
feel
who had the
really good.
14 points, Jimmy? I'm sorry.
Liam McNeely.
Oh, he can shoot it though, right? Can he shoot?
However, he's not shooting it well. Did so far.
Oh, okay.
He was 1 for 5 from 3-point
Oh
range.
my God. Okay.
But he still had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and and his team won, so he's feeling good about that. That's good. That's pretty good for him. Not very good, pretty good, but he didn't shoot it well. So we'll see how he does in this session right here. Also, other than Liam Hatter, we have 8 players from Houston, right? We have 8 players from Houston. I mean, from Texas. I'm sorry, 8 from Texas, and
Ain't nobody busting
and
great.
huh?
Ain't nobody busting great.
Well, take 7 now because no Robert Miller. So out of the 7, take Liam. You know who's our next leading scorer? Who the player with the second most points out of all the rest of those guys, as far as my numbers. You know what that was? Um, Dylan Thompson
Where he come?
had 7 points.
Where
Dylan
he,
Thompson had 7 points
where he from?
in the
Dallas.
win. That's Second Baptist High School. Dylan Thompson. That's Tina Thompson and Damon
Oh,
Jones'
okay.
son.
Right.
So Dylan Thompson had 7 points. He matched the same output of Nick Cody, who also had 7 points. Nick Cody, you know,
Is that the
and
dude
he
they was
put
bragging about?
yeah,
Okay.
7 points. He was 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3-point land. I mean, it's like so. Then of course you have uh that's 3 of the young men. 4 when you count Robert Miller. So now we got 3 left. The 3 left. Another kid who I bragged on. I hope that he would fare well because he got a late invite. And you say, well, his energy, is what got him here. He had 44 against Duncanville, 27 against Beaumont United. He manhandled those guys, and that would be Josiah Mosley.
The one you talking
Josiah
about, the
Mosley.
PJ Tucker dude.
Yeah, he gets here 2 points, 2 rebounds. He had 2 block shots. Don't move the needle at this type of camp, man. Now his team won the game, but that don't move the needle. So also speaking of another kid that from the Texas that's here, um, um, Cade Dotson.
Mm-hmm.
Cade Dotson, and let me see what he did in this first game. Cade had um, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 3-point land, 0 rebounds, 2 assists, no steals, 2 points for Cade Dotson. Ashton Simmons, I don't have this box score in front of me, but Ashton Simmons, I spoke to him right on the way to lunch a while ago, and I said, "How did you do?" He just shook his head like that. And he said, "Well, man, he said, man, I ain't play much." I said, "Okay." I
Wait a
said,
minute, I
"How you
thought it's
did?"
5 in, 5 out.
Yeah, hey man, I ain't saw the box score yet. I just about shook my head. He said, I ain't play much. I said, "Okay."
Somebody ain't telling the truth.
I said, "Okay." But it's once of those things. That's just game one. Remember, consistency is the key. Oh, here it is right here. Had I found it. Ashton Simmons was 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3-point land, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 points for Ashton Simmons.
How many minutes?
19 minutes. That's half the game.
That's half the damn game. What is he talking about?
Come on, man. So,
I
so
didn't
now you
play much.
guys, so now you guys see why I'm so hard on a lot of these kids, and why you
But they
got.
be
And I'm,
wanting to get that, Jimmy. Now hold up, y'all. Let me get y'all always talking about I need to be there. I need to be there. Now you go there now. Hey, can't play for
but
you
get,
too
but,
now.
but
Huh?
get, but guess what though? Guess what? A lot of the same kids when they proceed on, just like Tim McCormick, they finally dug up the stats from the top 100 camp. 19.7% of the players get drafted into the NBA from this camp over the
19%.
past. That's so it rounded out to 20%. So that's basically 1 out of 5.
Okay.
That means out of every starting 5 on the floor, one of them is all based on the odds are likely to get drafted into the NBA. So, which now it puts things in perspective. That ain't a bad ratio. when you're sifting through, you got to take 100 kids no matter what
Hmm.
every year. You know what I'm saying? You got to. Now they could go and expand it and start, which they did in previous years. I remember a couple of years ago, we went in Charlottesville. They went and got kids from across the pond and flew a few of those kids over because the price ticket would be almost the same as flying some of those kids from the West Coast. But I'm just, maybe like I said, it's a lot of more basketball to play out. It's just this is game number one. But
I know.
I know from experience, if you ain't get a fast start out the gate at this camp,
Mhm.
then you're gonna be pegged into a certain hole, and you're
Yes.
gonna be too long for you to catch up
Yes.
unless you're team playing and winning a whole bunch of games, then people can notice you. That's the only way. I'm looking for guys to go and hit that punch to be able to make all tournament. I really felt that a guy like Robert Miller, had he played, he could have led this camp in block shots. I really felt that in my heart. That's all I felt. I really felt that a kid like Cade Dotson, had he played his game to his talents, to his strengths, that he could have led this camp in steals, which is still time, you know? And a guy like Nick Cody could or can lead this camp in rebounds if he wanted to, but at the same, or be among the leaderboard, because I'm gonna tell you, Boozer gonna probably run away with the rebound lead at this camp right here. I just saw him a while ago, and he easily had probably double digit rebounds again. So that's how we rocking over here,
That's
uh,
good.
in Orlando. And like I say, there's games to be played this afternoon. They'll be done. We'll be done in about another hour and a half, and then we're done for the day. And the coaches will actually resume tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern time. They'll play two games, then at lunch, then they'll play two. I mean, they'll play one game apiece, then lunch, then another game, and they're done for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day that the college coaches can watch them in person. Then afterwards, they will come back on Friday, and all the teams will play in front of some of the NBA coaches, NBA personnel who wants to linger around, and they will play a single elimination shotgun tournament, which that way they add some excitement, and they'll play the championship game will be followed by a closing ceremony, which is on Friday evening. So, and that's now a lot of kids also. What I learned, there are going to be a couple of kids out
Mhm.
that's leaving camp early. I learned that
Why?
for, so they can go and practice with their teams for Peace Jam,
Hmm. Well,
because
why did they
Peace
bring
Jam.
their ass out there?
Well, you got. I mean, you want to get the experience, number one, and you want to play a couple of games in front of the college coaches, which they
Oh,
did get
okay.
that.
Okay.
So
I got
I can understand that.
you. I got you.
And then once the college coaches are gone, tomorrow evening, those couple of kids will be vacating the premises and heading to their respective cities, because remember now, if you don't get home and practice with your team on Saturday, when are you gonna practice with them? Because a lot of team Peach Jam starts on the 3rd. It's a travel day on the 2nd, right? The first is on Saturday, so that's where they are right now.
I heard about see what Herb asked Trey Johnson. No, he had USA basketball. Herb.
Yeah, he had USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at USA. So
Well, that's
that's
good, man.
I can't see any of the questions. So if somebody had questions, then feel
No,
free
I got it.
to
I got
ask
it. Ain't
them.
nobody asking that.
You posted something Paul Moreno had on the screen. I couldn't read it. It was so
Oh,
small.
hold up. Let me see if
What,
somebody
what, what,
said. Maybe they used to playing the whole game and not. No, no, I ain't worried about that. What did he say? No, ain't nobody said nothing worth nothing. Jordan Wash had a
uh,
bad camp. He got drafted. That's what Paul Miranda said.
well, I mean, hell, so did Quentin Grimes. We're not talking about that. We're just talking
Yeah,
about the now. It's not an issue of not. It's gonna mean you're not gonna make it, or you're not good no more. No, that's not the issue.
right.
That's not. It really ain't. It's whether or not if you hear you're not good enough. We know everybody at this camp is
It's good
good.
enough.
They were good before they came here. That's the thing to get people to understand. Guess what? But in a lot of people that come to this camp, before they come, people say, he gonna show y'all. Just watch what he gonna do up there. Then they get here and they don't.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Man. We'll see. I guess you'll check back in with us tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Y'all get your update tomorrow. Remember, by tomorrow it will be 2 sets of games we'll be talking about, and I have more stats.
Wait a minute. 2 more sets?
Yeah, because this set is going on
and
right
then
now.
in the morning. Okay.
Then in the morning. So now we'll have a lot more things that put themselves in perspective. And still time for somebody to grow themselves into consistency. It just goes to show when we've been telling you that this 2024 class from out of Texas ain't that strong. Now you see what we're talking about. Whenever we have to reach down and find kids at the last minute and invites open, that lets you know it ain't strong. I guarantee you that won't be the case next year. Guaranteed. It won't be the case out of 2025 from the state of Texas. Shoot. This 2025 class has a chance to do some things like that class when we had Keontae George and Anthony Black and all those guys play, Kate and Wallace and all of them came here a couple of years ago. We took that big picture and we had about 17 players from Texas here that year.
Oh, okay.
That class got a chance to, on the amateur level, guys a chance to duplicate their success or eclipse their success nationally on that level. That's all I'm saying. We'll see how it goes though. But that's pretty much it. I got to get on back in.
Jimmy, how did this dude, Jimmy, the number one, they got a kid up there in 2026 class named AJ DeBantsa, DYBANTSA. He was tan AJ DYBANTSA. I sure want to know what he did because he was tearing your boy up on the video, Jabari Smith.
Oh, they made a video?
Yeah.
and what happened?
Hold on, I'm sure. Can you see? You'll be able to see this, right? Watch this.
Yeah.
This him right here.
There we go. What? You're just getting lucky. Now with a hand in his face.
His number's 57, Jim.
Thank you, bro. You falling?
So look him up, Jimmy, number 57. I ain't gonna show you. He finna dunk on. I don't even want to show you the dunk on. He finna dunk on the dude's ass.
Show it to me.
Oh Lord. Hold on. You won't see it. Hold on. Let me get fast
there we go.
a little bit.
What? Thank you, bro. You falling?
Come on, man.
Thank you, bro. You falling?
Come on, man.
He yanked on him, man. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Whoever said that, Darryl Bond.
And it's funny because Jabari, I was chatting with him on last night. That's his coach that's his camp coach on his team down here. So that's they were getting the bonding session together.
He bonded on his ass. I want to know what that dude scored. We want to know what that dude scored.
That's the one stat sheet. I didn't watch Miami play this morning. I was on another 2 courts. I missed them this morning, and I'm going to see them though in a second because they're about to play.
Okay, let us know tomorrow. Let us know tomorrow about that one.
He's about to play against Liam McNeely's team in just a second.
Okay.
But I have an update on him. But I heard he did well.
Okay.
I heard he did well because at lunch, one of the guys were talking about it, and they say they say he did well. Now I don't know what that person's version of well is because I'm.
Somebody say he has 17.
Okay. Somebody told me to
Jimmy,
get
do
one.
me a favor and find the correct pronunciation of his name, because he kind of got me a little bit with that one. Donald Hagen, could you give us the correct pronunciation of his name? Because I don't want to call him out his name.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's Die or D. So we'll see.
Okay.
I would assume it's Die.
The
Die
Bunster.
Bunster. Die
The
Bunster.
Bunster, yeah.
From yeah.
Yeah,
So
find out for me.
that young, and he's a young fella that plays over at Prolific Prep. He's been
Oh,
identified at some as the top
yeah.
rising sophomore in the country.
Okay.
So he's like I say, once again, we know he's good. Everybody here
It is
is good.
good. Right,
Let's get that
right.
straight. You can still be good and play like slop on some days. And guess what? It happens.
Yeah.
But then
Play like
then I'm looking for good can also play great on some days.
Okay.
Remember that. So we're looking for the goods that's going to play great. But he's definitely lived up to it. Game one. Consistency is the key at a camp like this. We make sure you guys tune in. I'm definitely going to have more for you on tomorrow. As we will have, like I said, we will have 2 whole entire sessions to talk about, and we'll see how
cool.
that go with you. But meanwhile, let me get on back up in here.
We out of here, Doc. We about to slide down Dino's back and double and yabba dabba do this thing, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, we out.
All right.
All right.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.